stepped around the corner of that barn and seen him walking down his road, and I seen them tall tines. I said, that's him. The rut. What more does a hunter have to say? That's your best friend when you're out in the woods to collect on a big deer. And I guarantee you that rub right there was made by a big buck. And I've seen it. My neighbor, the buck I've been after and Dalton's been after for 2 years, he was split last year. This year he's got a unicorn horn. We called him Unicorn. He come back. He's around. So he was actually hanging out with the buck that I shot during muzzleloader season. So I get a call or a text from my neighbor saying, hey, I just shot the big white 8. There's a big white, and I mean, why? You know, you hear people say, oh, yeah, it was 20 inches. You know, 20 inches is a wide buck. And this one is a legitimate 20-inch inside spread buck. Maybe more. He is so wide. Because I just shot the big white 8. I was like, oh, yeah? Okay. He's like, have you got pictures of him? I said, no, I haven't. I go, we got pictures of this deer. This is, you know, showed him a picture of a split and what he looked like this year. And he's, oh, I ain't seen that deer at all. He must just stay on you. You know, me and my neighbor, we keep in contact. We got, you know, we're trying to do things right. And he said, I ain't seen him at all. So I said, you know, well, let me know if you need any help. So he comes and gets me and says, hey, can you help me? We go over there, and sure enough, as we're pulling down this road, coming this way, on top of the hill right up here is that big white 8 looking at us. Of course, we stop, and Gene goes, that's the one I shot. Well, he ain't shot. You know, he's standing right there, and he looks pretty healthy, and he runs and jumps over the fence and heads over that way. What deer did I kill? I don't know, Gene, I wasn't there. But we get down there and trail him up, and I get the privilege of dragging Split out of the woods. He had shot Split, his biggest bow kill to date. And beautiful buck, just as gorgeous in life as he was on camera. And, you know, like, man, I would have been down, but then I finally got to see this big white 8 he's talking about.
His biggest deer with the bow.
Well, coming up here the other day, seen him again on this north side, heading that way. What do? Well, you move stands. If I've got does, and I mean I've seen a pile of does coming through here, during the rut, you hunt the does. You don't even need a sign like this. You hunt the does. He's got a signpost rub right up here, and it's a dandy. You can see it from dang near 100 yards. Okay, that right there tells me there's a good buck in here, and he's a dominant buck. So, follow the does. It's rut. You move to the north end when something like that happens, and that's what I'm doing. I've seen him, I think I seen him one day crossing just right down here. So, my focus is going to be the north and the west side, because that's where I've visually seen him at. Don't let nothing pull you off. When you see the sign, and when you see the does during the rut, hunt the does, hunt the sign. You can't go wrong. Nice rub. It's Oklahoma opening day. Supposed to be at work. Made a little call. Not gonna be there. You know, I told myself I wasn't gonna do that, but I did. On the way in here, seen a good one. Right, I mean, just right down the road here. And the good thing is, he didn't have a doe with him. He's on the prowl. So I'm gonna get in here, slip in at the barn. The wind's just not right for the stands. I moved up here on the north end. They'd be blowing right towards him if he started coming this way. So I'm gonna hunt in the barn, see if there's some action over there. Barn hasn't really been great to me here lately, but I'm gonna try it out anyway, because, you know, I want to be comfortable, dry. It's gonna be raining, could be some heavy rains, and it's gonna be windy. So I'm gonna try and stick it out in the barn for a while, hopefully see something. But you never know. Talk to you later. Well, after 2.5 hours of staring out at a whole bunch of squirrels eating corn, I decided I had to get up and move. Something was telling me to get out. The rain stopped, the wind's picking up, put a stalk on something, and just make something happen. And I'm sure glad I did. Well, I just shot a pretty good buck. I've never seen this buck before, but my goodness, is he tall. He is tall. I'd kind of given up on the barn today. It wasn't really where I wanted to be. And I thought, man, I'm just going to get out and just walk a little bit. And I got out real quiet, stepped around the corner of that barn and seen him walking down this road, and I seen them tall tines. I said, that's him. Boom. That's a good buck. That's a good buck right there. Yeah. Well, it's getting ready to start raining. Anyway, getting ready to start raining pretty good, so go get the buggy. Boom, baby. Well, I got a pretty good buck right here. Man, tell you what, he is tall. Not as wide as I thought he was, but I don't care. He's a mature buck. He's tall. He's beautiful. He's got double eye guards. Just a beautiful, I mean, his horns turn up so cool. Probably a descendant of Swoops, who got shot last year, but man, I couldn't be happier. Opening day, who doesn't love getting a buck on opening day, especially a beautiful mature buck like this? Just come out of the barn and give it up. Thought, man, I'm gonna go take a little walk, maybe I'll see something, shoot it. And came around the corner of the barn and just seen him walking down this old logging road. I'd have never seen him if I'd stayed in the barn, so I got to give the Lord some credit here, because he put it in my heart to move, and it was the right move, because I come out of that barn and there he was. Kind of shot wasn't great, but got lots of meat saved, so we're okay. And I wanted to point something out. I get questions all the time. People ask me, these bigger bucks, mature bucks in the rut, do they taste different? And I'm gonna tell you right now, the first thing you do when you kill a mature buck is you take these glands off right here. These are the tarsal glands. And he is stinking. You take those off before you ever start doing anything else. I mean, you can gut him and all that, but before you start messing with the meat, take those tarsal glands off, because that right there, you get that on your hands and you start messing with the meat, it will taint your meat and you'll get a bad flavor. Other than that, these old boys taste just as good as any other deer, if you ask me. I'm gonna get this sucker home. Celebration. Thanks, Rocky. Rocky came with me, helped me get this one, and hopefully I hope you get you one nice one like this there. God bless y'all. Love you. I'll see you next time.